world news tonight. President Tinubu in closed-door meeting with 36 states governors. Tinubu swears Akume as ASGF. INEC collected 6.69 million naira but failed to provide election documents. Senate presidency, senators withdraw support for Akpabio. Lai Mohammed gets new appointment after leaving Buhari's government. And on sports, French clubs interested in signing Tosin Adarabioyo. Now the news in detail. Governors from all 36 states of the Federation are in a crucial meeting with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at the Presidential Villa in Abuja. Information report that the governors are led by Abdurrahman Abdurrazak, the governor of Kwara and chairman of the Nigeria Governors Forum (NGF). Today report that the governors were granted an audience with the president in the council chamber at 12:30 p.m. today. This meeting marks the first time the governors have assembled as a collective body under the NGF since President Tinubu assumed office. In addition to the governors, other prominent figures in attendance include Vice President Kashim Shettima, the newly appointed Secretary to the Government of the Federation, SGF, the National Security Advisor, NSA Major General Babagana Mongulu, retired, and various other officials. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has sworn in Senator George Akume as the new Secretary to the Government of the Federation, SGF, at the Council Chamber. Senator George Akume, in the brief ceremony which our dignitaries, including some serving and former governors, took his oath of allegiance and office at the event. The Vice President Kashim Shettima, President of the Senate Ahmed Lawan, Governor Abdurrahman Abdurrazak of Kwara State, Head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Dr. Folashade Yemieson, and the spouse of the new SGF, Mrs. Regina Akume, were also among top officials at present. The ceremony comes after about 5 days after the President announced the appointment of Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, as Chief of Staff. On the same day, President Tinubu also appointed Senator Ibrahim Hassan Adija, a former Deputy Governor of Jigawa State, as Deputy Chief of Staff. In a meeting with the Progressive Governors Forum, PGF, the new president also named the former Governor of Benin State and immediate past Minister of Special Duties to serve as Secretary to the Government of the Federation. His duty commences with immediate effects.
Former Executive Governor of Benin State attended their native authority graduate school Wanuni. The former government secondary school Kotobi, now Model Science School Protocol, and St. Louis College for his advanced level in 1973. He thereafter proceeded to the premier university, the University of Ibadan, for his Bachelor of Science degree in Sociology in 1978, and a master's degree in Industrial and Labor Relations from the same university. He also obtained certificates in Leadership and Management from the Administrative Staff College of Nigeria, Ascom, Tokyo, from the Oxford University in the United Kingdom, and from the Queen's University in Ontario, Canada. Senator George Akume started work as a land officer with the Benin State Civil Service in 1979. He held several positions at various times as Assistant Secretary, Research and Policy Analysis in the Governor's Office, Principal Secretary, Under Secretary, and Director of Personnel Management.
Do solemnly swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend those of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. As Secretary to the Government of the Federation, I will discharge my duties to the best of my ability, faithfully and in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the law. and always in the interest of the sovereignty, integrity, solidarity, well-being, and prosperity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That I will strive to preserve the fundamental objectives and directive principles of state policy contained in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
And to the next story. The presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku Abubakar, has blamed the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, for clogging the wheel of progress of his petition. On Wednesday in Abuja, Mr. Abubakar told the Presidential Election Petition Court, PEPC, that despite paying 6.69 million naira to the commission for certified through copies of documents he intends to tender, and in evidence, the commission failed to make the documents available. Speaking through his lawyer, Chris Uche, the petitioner said it was discouraging for the commission to say that some of the documents they paid for were outside Abuja. Mr. Uche then proceeded to tender certified through copies of documents for 10 out of 21 local government areas of Kogi, the only document the commission had made available for the day. The petitioners also tendered Form EC8D for Anambra. The Form EC8D is a form for election results from Anambra. Mr. Abubakar asked the PEPC to declare him Nigeria's president-elect. He urged the court to cancel the election and order a fresh election due to alleged irregularities made at the February 25th poll in thousands of polling units. These are part of the 7 prayers anchored on 5 grounds in the petition he filed against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the All Progressive Congress, APC. Moving on to the next story. There seems to be a new development in the race for who becomes the Senate President of the 10th National Assembly. Reports say some senators-elect were firmly behind Senator Godswill Akpabio for the top legislative position are withdrawing their support. Information understand that their decision is tied to Akpabio's relationship with the Senate when he was serving as a minister of the Niger Delta. Akpabio disrespected the legislature when he was the Niger Delta minister and openly accused National Assembly members of ripping from huge contracts in the Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC) without valid proofs. A senator who asked not to be named told information reporters on ground. Following the new development, the Akpabio campaign organization has begun appealing to the senators-elect to shift their ground. Deputy Director General of Akpabio Baraho Campaign Organization, Senator Okoyemi Bamidele, confirmed this to journalists at the National Assembly complex on Tuesday. Another senator-elect, who doesn't want his identity to be revealed, confirmed the withdrawal of support for Akpabio, questioning how Akpabio could preside over the National Assembly he once despised. And to the next story. A former Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, has been appointed as the managing partner of Ballot Partners, an international lobbying firm. This comes less than 2 weeks after ex-President Muhammad Buhari's cabinet was dissolved. Mohammed's new role was confirmed in a statement shared on Ballot Partners' official Twitter page on Tuesday. It reads, Ballot Partners, one of the top government relations firms in the United States, is opening its first office in Africa, in Abuja, Nigeria, the nation's capital. Lai Mohammed, the immediate past Nigerian Minister of Information and Culture, will serve as a managing partner of the Abuja office and the firm's satellite office in Lagos, the nation's financial center. The firm's president noted that Mohammed was given the role because he is one of the most respected officials in the country. From that story, we go to Kwara State. The Kwara State government on Tuesday clarified that teachers and health workers in the state would not enjoy the reduction in work days announced on Monday to cushion the effect of the removal of fuel subsidy. The government had reduced work days in the state from 5 to 3 as form of relief for civil servants. However, workers such as teachers and health workers rendering essential services had sought more clarification over the matter. Speaking on Wednesday during Your View on TVC, monitored by correspondent, the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Rafiu Ajakai, said modalities are being worked out to compensate the affected workers. The teachers and health workers would not be included in the 3-day per week work shift in Kwara. The government understands the significance of keeping schools and hospitals open and running even at this time. However, the government is working out plans to compensate this category of workers with allowances. Kwara is not new to this system because civil servants in the state resumed fully in early 2022 from the COVID lockdown of 2020, he added. From that story from Kwara State, we go to Ondo State. Kinsmen of Ondo Deputy Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa, under the auspices of the Elijah Development Summit Group, IDSG, have kicked against alleged plot to impeach him. They said recent events and development in the state were a great cause for concern, leaving a sour taste in the mouth of the Elijah Nation and all right-thinking citizens of Ondo State. In an open letter addressed to Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu and signed by the body's Deputy Executive Administrator, Reverend Ola Judah Ajidibo, the IDSG said events seem to be underpinned by an orchestration to unlawfully impeach or remove from office. They are sought to achieve objectives that are antithetical to the promotion of the welfare, good government, and interest of the good people of Ondo State. The body said the move was to frustrate the mandatory requirements of the Nigerian Constitution that the Deputy Governor would act in the absence of the Governor. It called on Governor Akeredolu to caution those behind the plot, as it could strain the relationship between him and the people of Elijah. A catechist of St. Martin's Parish, Mbappe in Adebo Deanery, Kwande local government area of Benin State, is currently at large following the death of an unidentified lady suspected to be his lover. Information gathered that the catechist, identified as Oliver Bashima, fled his hometown after he was caught with the corpse of the lady. According to some residents of the community, the catechist was planning to dispose the body of the lady when he was caught on Saturday. Correspondent for the land that disease was attempting to abort pregnancy for the person, which unfortunately led to her death. The state police public relations officer, Catherine Anene, who confirmed the incident to correspondent, said the corpse of the lady had been recovered and deposited at the morgue. The corpse of the young girl, who was said to have visited her man friend, was recovered and taken to the mortuary after a report was received, but said Oliver is yet to be seen, as he brought the corpse out of his room and ran away, Anene concluded. From that story, we go to the foreign story. Previous governments have tried unsuccessfully to remove the subsidy which kept fuel prices artificially low, although they have steadily climbed through the years. A video of some commercial motorcyclists in Cameroon protesting against the removal of fuel subsidy in Nigeria by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is trending online. In 2012, a protest known as Occupy Nigeria raged for weeks. Then President Goodluck Jonathan attempted to end the subsidy, Tinubu and some other big-weight politicians in the country joined the protest at that time, claiming that such subsidy does not exist. However, at his inaugural speech on May 29, Tinubu announced the removal of fuel subsidy in a seemingly off-the-cuff remark during his inaugural speech. Tinubu declared the fuel subsidy is gone, adding that it was unsustainable. The rising cost could not be justified as resources dwindle, he said. We shall instead rechannel the funds into better investment in public infrastructure, education, healthcare, and jobs that would materially improve the lives of millions, Tinubu added. Long lines immediately started forming at petrol stations after Tinubu's speech, as Nigerians rushed to stock up on fuel before the impending jump in prices. Tinubu's office was later forced to issue a statement clarifying that the subsidy would end by June 30, but did not stop some filling stations from selling at higher prices. Days after NNPC confirmed that fuel subsidy has indeed been removed, some commercial motorcyclists in Garu, Cameroon, protested against the development. They expressed their dissatisfaction in a blend of Fulfulde and French, criticizing President Tinubu. A video which went viral shortly after it was shared has drawn mixed reactions from Nigerians. It also lends credence to claims that of Nigerian subsidized fuel being stolen and taken to other countries where they are resold for more profits. And to end the world news is the sports story. Full-arm defender Tosin Adarabioyo is drawing interest from League One clubs Monaco and State Rennes. According to RMC transfer expert Fabrice Hawkins, the two clubs have opened talks with Fulham to sign the player. Fulham are looking to sell the centre-back for between 10 million euros and 15 million euros. A number of Premier League clubs are also said to be interested in Adarabioyo. The Nigerian-born defender has a year remaining on his contract with the Whites. Adarabioyo made 25 league appearances for Fulham in the 2022-2023 season. He arrived at Craven Cottage from Manchester City 2 years ago. With that sports story, we end today's world news from BGI TV Current. Before we go, some headlines. President Tinubu in closed-door meeting with 36 state governors. Tinubu swears Akume in as SGF. INEC collected 6.69 million naira but failed to provide election documents. Atiku. Senate presidency, senators withdraw support for Akpabio. And also brought to you, Lai Mohammed gets new appointment after leaving Buhari's government. And on sport, French clubs interested in signing Tosin Adarabioyo. For more updates of our broadcast on YouTube, our handle is BGI TV Current. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to access our broadcast. On Facebook, you can get more with Alawi Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. For advertisement recruiting services coverage of events and promotions, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen for advertisements only. Thank you for watching. I am Mo Repila.